Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Radha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everybody assembled here and to everybody online. I'm here in Bangalore in DRDO Defense Research. Today I'm addressing from there. I came from a program addressing scientists this morning in the department called ADE, and we had the director inaugurating it. And we had a very useful interactive discussion on principles. Some of you are here and the program how many people? So we are here today along with guests here from DRDO who are also joined the program. It's also a different type of a Fantastic Friday for them. By the way, I have an online Fantastic Friday session every Friday evening at 7:30. We examine all sorts of things. So, you want to close the door? Are you able to hear me? Yes, yes. So, because this counter sound, you want to move it closer. I'm purely vegetarian. It's okay. Okay, don't worry about the dialogue here. It's not meant for you online. You have the challenge of being relevant to both you online and to the audience sitting in front of me here from DRDO. I am in the house of Durga Prasad, who is a senior scientist from DRDO. And we are here also other members from DRDO who are here, family members also. I was thinking today that I'd like to take it forward from sort of a discussion we had on leadership principles. Though I was not able to mention and discuss everything possible, on such a huge topic. But I was saying in this session that every one of us has got a deeply innate responsibility to be first leaders of ourselves, then become leaders of our immediately dependent people, and then contribute for leadership to the world outside. Mostly people are interested to jump and become popular as a leader and take power and achieve some type of a recognition. But a lot of them fail because internally they are hollow. And even if they succeed externally, in their private lives they are pretty bad. And they don't mind that. At least externally people think I'm successful. What's becoming important is what people think of me. What I think of me is not important. Because I don't think of me at all. I don't think of me at all. Because I was not trained like that. It's not very important. So this is the type of living. Our focus, our consciousness is directed outside of us. And validation from people outside of us for what we are and what we should be. That is enough for me. What I really am, only I know. Nobody knows. Unless I show it to them. So I have a face inside. And I'm not bothered about it. Why? Because people don't know it. Because my value rests on how people value you. It doesn't rest on how I value myself. In order to value myself, I need to compare myself with somebody else or something else. And I don't do that. I only value myself according to the people I see and compare them with external values and everything. So it's important for me, that is more important for me than this. So this crisis of values, internal and external, in each one of us. If you're an honest person and if you're sensitive to your real growth, this will affect you. And that most cultured people are like that. Why? Especially if you're born in India. You are in a family, you are brought up from when you're very young, you are taught certain moral, ethical principles, and if you've got a good upbringing, your parents have reasonably done their job on you, you are taught all these things. What is good, what is bad, what is valuable, and what is not valuable, with affection and love and everything, you are taught all these things. So it's not something that is, different from us, that's a different value coming. No. So this is an important principle. And if we don't take this principle inside deeply, carefully, then you will see that life becomes very difficult. It's just a matter of time before it blows up on your face. So this we see when we're talking about this lifestyle management, all that we're talking about. But it's basically about this, a conflict between your internal unexpressed value which you should be having and an external value which you show. It's a deep conflict. In Krishna consciousness which we practice, we pay a lot of attention to our internal values. And in everybody's life, when they progress in spirituality, this becomes a conflict. At some time you have to face this conflict, internally and externally. And then the questions asked of you, especially when those people whom you have invested yourself, and they will ask you questions. This is not true. The principles are being upset. And then there is always a conflict that comes on the basis of this. So I think this is an important principle, that if you want to be even a leader of your own group, your own family, you have to come into terms with your value for yourself. This is exactly what Krishna is addressing in the Bhagavad Gita first. Although Arjuna spoke about so many things, he said that Strishu, Dushtashu, Varshneya, Jayate, Varnashankara. Because of me, that's women will become widows and they'll become loose, and then society will suffer. There'll be unwanted population. All this, I'll be the reason for it. So I don't want to fight this war. He had a culturally based, a value-based reason. It is against my value and culture as a Kshatriya, as a nobleman, to fight this war, because it will produce these type of effects. He was a very sensitive person, not simply interested in dropping bombs and to hell with you, you die, your children die, I don't care about it. It's not like that. He was deeply calculating what will be the repercussion, what will be the effect. And then Krishna immediately spoke to him about first value is your internal value. First of all, this value of yours is not connected with your internal value of who are you and what you should be doing. Right? First let's talk about that. In the second chapter he will tell about who are you, identity, about Atma and everything. And then say your duty is this. Then you bring about the fact that your duty is, I am the Supreme Lord and you should do to please me. Your duty is to please me. And he brings it out very nicely to Bhakti Yoga principles and everything. I'm crunching it. And if you want, you can do. If you don't want to do, but you'll face the repercussions. Why? Because you're not doing it on a basis of internal value. So all of us have this responsibility of being leaders of ourselves. And don't think it is because of the word leadership, it's like, some new terminology being used. It's a very natural thing. Everybody wants to be a good person, a gentleman, and everybody wants to be respected. So the Vedic system of thought, people respected everybody according to this, according to internally how deep are you. Spiritual pursuit was given maximum value. That was somebody in that as a rishi and sage in the forest, would be highly respected by the biggest king. Why? He is focusing only on that internal value. And he is very respectable. Vishwamitra Muni could walk inside to King Dasharath's palace and directly meet with the king. And the king welcomed him, washed his feet, and asked him to come in. And said, "What seva can I do for you? Because you're giving me an opportunity to do something for you." Why? Because you're of high value to me. You think of nothing else but human welfare and welfare for people. You don't even think about it. Why? You're able to think like that because you are a highly spiritually oriented person. So then Vishwamitra Muni revealed, I have come for a purpose. Because you asked me, how can I serve you? My purpose is I want Ramachandra. I want your son. Here again comes a value, this thing. My son? Ramachandra? He's a small boy. Why do you want him? He's just 12 years old or something like that at that time, 13 years or 12 years. What can he do? He said, I want to fight the Rakshasas who are spoiling all our sacrifices. But Ramachandra is a small boy, he's just learning tuition. He's just being taught how to do all that. I can come. I come with my own army. But don't ask for Ramachandra. His affection for Ramachandra. Vishwamitra was, it seems, saying, what do you know about Ramachandra? You think he's your son. He belongs to everybody. He's a source of everything. And I am asking for that temporarily. And you got such a different idea about Ramachandra. I possess him. He's my son. He did not come to this world for being your son alone. You don't know that. Right? So he said the value is not just he being your son. It is something else. He has come for a purpose and I am initiating that purpose. I am going to use him, start right away. And that was not understood. Then Vasishta was a great competitor to Vishwamitra Muni, who is the guru of the whole Kula there, Dasharatha, called him aside and said, please give it to Vishwamitra. I am telling you, I am like, the man who fought the Vishwamitra the most. Right? We have a whole duel and battle for so many of these things. He knows your son will come back super duper Kshatriya. He will learn everything. He's such a great personality that it's the best thing for you to give and don't refuse it. Because he'll also get angry. And you can't face this thing also. He is focused. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to do anything wrong with your son. So he is forced to think a different value. Dasharath. That I give away my son and for education and all these purposes and expose him to another party and he's got greater values for him than I have. Stepping up him. I did not see it. But then because Vasishta is saying so, we have to listen. See, the good thing about those days is if an authority says, they listen. If the father says, they listen. If the guru says, they definitely listen. Because the guru will never misdirect you. Vishwamitra Muni has come and Vasishta is telling, he will never do anything wrong for you. He will only do amazing good for your son. You must send him. He convinced Dasharath. Parenting also this happens, values. You want my son to be with me, my child to be with me, I love him, affection, everything. You may even spoil his development and progress and growth because of your affection. And you don't care about his growth actually. You are very selfish. You're enjoying a relationship of affection with your child. That is more important than his growth. This is a big flaw in parenting. That was corrected by Vasishta. That's what I'm bringing you an example of values conflict. Dasharath was simply enjoying possessing Rama because he's got the son after so long and he happens to be the Supreme Lord and he doesn't know about it so consciously, but he's my son. I want to enjoy my son, my affection for my son. Many times we do that. We don't understand that by doing that you are snubbing down his own progress. So Vasishtha came and corrected it, value conflict. And he said, give him. He'll come back completely different. Right? So Lakshmana and Rama went with Vishwamitra because Vasishtha gave good sense about the values and everything to Dasharatha. Dasharatha was forced to agree much against his own personal liking and this thing and all that, and his affection. So many times in life, we have to do these things for greater value. It is painful. Why? Because we are attached to something in some way, as our possession and everything. So, what happened is Ramachandra went and came back with Sita. You know, till the Sita Kalyanam happened. After that, Vishwamitra, when he said, my job is over now. I put him, elevating, put him with this thing, and the next day his Leela will manifest. Similarly, in life there are conflict of values, and if we don't get educated spiritually, we'll become attached to one type of thing, which we think is valuable to me, because it is giving me enjoyment, giving me this, giving me that, everything, as though that is the most valuable thing. We are here to grow, and growth always means some amount of pain that you have to take. Growth always comes with, your son was having a t-shirt. What is that? Progress never comes in comfort zones or something like that. What was the t-shirt? Very interesting t-shirt. Your son, what's his name? Nitai. Nitai had a t-shirt. In the morning I was thinking, wow, interesting. He said, what is it? Growth or progress never happens in comfort zones. Certainly. Life is not, our life is not meant for leading a comfortable life. It's completely wrong. If you oppose growth, oppose natural progress, and forcefully remain comfortable, you will deteriorate. You become completely, destroyed. That's not the way it is. Everybody is supposed to go. That's like you tell your child, go to school, go and learn, do the homework, listen to the child. You're very happy because of your affection, you're not able to tell all these things. You want to outsource that whole thing to a thing called school. I'll pay you any amount of money, do this for me. Why? Out of affection, I am not able to do it. This is exactly what is happening in the today's, education. We are not able to take that step that Dasharatha took under Vasishtha's thing. Send him to school. And not this ordinary school. Right? School under Vishnu is definitely learning is going to happen. Right? So, we have this comfortable zone operations. All counselors, motivational speakers won't tell you how to do that. Remain in the comfort zone. This is wrong. You won't grow. Because unless we values conflict. So, human society should understand that spiritual growth is most valuable. And that is internal growth. And everyone should be separately focused on it selfishly. This is about the self only. So you can be selfishly oriented. You must be. And you must contribute to that in some way or the other. In the same Ramayana, you will see many such instances wherein you can directly see how this aspect of value is very important to us. That's why culture, education, being with people who know these values, and guruship, accepting the authority of a guru. Like the guru does not mean as we have a person with this thing looking like a guru, and it's not like that. It's mentioned for a wife, the husband is the guru. For a employee, the employer is the guru. For a child, the parents are the guru. Because all of them are educated in Vedic society about the real value of life. They've taken that education and they keep that as important and they administer that. They try to follow it best and they will tell their followers also. Right? That's what they will do. So in this way we have a culture of that type of value in Vedic system of thought. That's what Prabhupada tried to introduce according to time, place and circumstance. If you don't subject yourself to an authority whom you listen to for your welfare and for your growth, it will be very difficult to depend on your mind and administer to your growth. It's not possible. It's not possible. So some of these, even in the Ramayana and in the Mahabharata, you will see many, many such instances where the lesson given to you is about the importance of deep internal spiritual growth, which you cannot avoid. It is not an option. Some people think it's an option whether I should worship God or not. It's an option whether I should be religious or not. It's an option now in the new generation whether I should have any authority with me or above me or not. This is not option. It is mandatory actually. You better do it. Just like you'll tell your child, you better go to school. It's mandatory. Otherwise you'll be an idiot sitting at home, become a useless fellow. Right? Similarly, it's mandatory that you understand these things and cultivate yourself. This is what I mean by internal leadership, individual leadership for each person. That's why in society there should be some school that teaches you. That's why Prabhupada established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There's some organization, some people somewhere who practice these values, otherwise it will disappear from society. It will just become an animal society. Since it is there, some people will get in touch with it, they appreciate it, they spread that thought, and then this way, that's what. When we meet together, this is important for us to know and spread it and practice it. If we don't practice it, really speaking, we don't understand it. We don't experience it. That's Prabhupada's. All the great acharyas have tried to show that. They practice it, they showed it, they ask you to practice it in whatever level you can. And as you start practicing it, you will want to do more of it and more of it and more of it. Because it's giving you positive results. And this growth is different, this teaching is different. You see? You know, in Greek mythology of King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was punished with having to roll a huge stone boulder up the hill and put it on the other side. But he never got to grow up. Every time he tried very hard, it is to go up the slope and push it always fell over him and it rolled down. He tried hundreds and thousands of times, it's mentioned. And it was never successful because it is not going to be successful. We ask you to roll a huge boulder, it's unnecessary, useless punishment of a project for you. Because it will not work from the beginning, people will know, how can this work? It will not work. But it's useless. But you know in the process what happened? This is my own corollary to that. In the process, somebody like Sisyphus was given a job like this. He becomes very strong. Slowly he's physically developing muscles and a body and everything. Unbeknownst to him, he is thinking it's not working, it's not working, it's not working externally. But there is something else that's working. You have become very strong. Over a period of time, you become very expert in lifting the boulder and throwing it on the other side one day. And then the result is, what happened to me after doing this? I have become really strong. Now any small this thing comes, I can give you a shot. This is the meaning of spiritual growth. You keep judging it materially. Think what's happening? Nothing is happening, nothing is happening. But actually you're growing spiritually. And the Guru knows you're growing spiritually. You don't see it because you keep measuring it according to your own parameters. What is the use of this? What is the use of this? Simply every day lifting the boulder. No. Similarly, people ask, what is the use of this? I'm chanting Hare Krishna. What is the use of this? I'm doing this ritual. What is the use of this reading Bhagavad Gita? What is the material benefit? Because your metric is you can only measure all these material benefits. You cannot see the spiritual benefits. That's why it's up to spiritual master. He can see. He is administering certain things to you. Right? And things are happening to you. So mostly neophytish disciples are not able to judge what's happening. But the Guru is saying what's happening. It's like Dashrath is being told that you don't know what is happening. It is required that your son goes with Dushyantana. And that is the Lord's plan also. It's not your plan. You better agree to it, anyway it will happen. That's what's going to happen. Similarly, we all have a spiritual plan, right? And Krishna consciousness has come so close to us. The Bhagavad Gita has come so close to people like never before. What language you want the Bhagavad Gita in? It's available. It was not like that before. It's come to your doorstep, the holy name. People come and do kirtan. Swamiji has come to your house to speak in a small group. This is the great action of Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. To reach out to everybody in their place of work, in their place of residence, and in society, and everybody. Everybody is covered. You cannot now blame God or anybody else, say that it didn't happen to me. It's become so pervasively available, right, that you can't refuse it. Now if you don't take it up, then that's your own choice. That's your own choice. So I think internal value, a very important aspect of our life. We should be regularly looking into it, thinking about it, judging it. I think last time I told you about how even if you fall out of your value, these are eternal values, that even if you fail a little bit in that, Krishna will come to help you to reinstate you. So kindly and so mercifully oriented. That's why we should think about these matters deeply. How I am benefiting. Because somebody had a tangential comment to me, what's the benefit of all these things? I am benefiting by being a scientist here. I get paid, I get quarters, my family gets looked after, and I get recognized by the other scientists. I contribute, and I feel very encouraged to do that, and I do more of it, and we are all in it. What's the use of this that you're introducing? Why is it needed for me? Right, this is a big question, so I'm trying to answer this question today. That, you know, you do not know this subtle value. You're not educated in that. And this may be the most important value in life. So there's a beautiful story of, in Tamil Nadu they'll speak the story of Vishnu Chitta, one of the Alvars, that when he was exposed to this value, he gave up everything, all his material possessions, this and everything, and became a devotee. He sacrificed all his huge material, he was a very rich man, very well to do. He sacrificed all that and became a devotee and came to, I think, to Kanchipuram, or Sri Lanka, I don't know. So he came there and he set up a garden, and he became the person who was making the beautiful garlands every day. A huge basket, he would send it to the temple, and the temple was one amazing contribution. He grows his own flowers, he's got a whole garden, he makes the garlands, whole day he does this. It takes a long time to do it. And then he sits and chants his japa and worships his deity and everything to do that, all these things like that. That's all I'm going to do in life. Simply focus on what is valuable to me. Why should I do anything else? Now that I've discovered this, I don't need anything else. Nothing else is valuable to me. He took up that and he became very strongly fixed. But, you know, in the material world, material nature and situations and circumstances rise, wherein you can get disturbed and it can upset your value. Although you still have value, it can upset your functioning and waylay you, put you off the track. So there's a whole story about a prostitute who was challenged by somebody else, a very beautiful looking lady. was challenged that, you may do all your charms with others, but with Vishnu Chitta, nothing will work. He's so fixed. And she said, no, with everybody it will work. Because I am in this profession, I know. With everybody it works. So there's a whole argument. I said, okay, I'll take the challenge. And this lady planned it very nicely. And Vishnu Chitta is lost all the time in bhakti and singing and chanting and doing his seva. He's really enjoying life on his own. This lady will end up on a rainy day. She'll just open the gate and take shelter in the garden under a tree. Then he'll say, somebody is here with the knife, something like that. Then you'll see this lady trying to cover herself, and it's cold, I got stuck here or something. He said, okay, you can, didn't bother what she was. Then after some time, she walked inside his residence and said, it's too rainy. I just want a place. He became a little suspicious. No, you stay there only. You can come inside, but you stay there only. Then she waited for some more time. Then slowly, she got into his mind. She was an expert in her profession. She got into the mind of this person. And somehow he had some consideration, this thing like that. And over a period of time, in a few months, he was completely under her control. And I don't want to go into all these details now. Totally under her control. Stopped making any garlands, stopped offering to the Lord, forgot the Lord, forgot his service to the Lord. And he was under her control. And everybody was talking about what a person, what an amazing devotee he was. What happened to him? And this lady won the bet, won the challenge. And in her house was Vishnu Chitta. Whatever she asked him to do, he does. Completely enamored by her. Very beautiful lady. In her house. And then people are wondering, can somebody who does so much of seva and this thing be in such a position? How sad. What's the value of lots of things going on in people's mind. I'm just giving you a short version of it. Then there is a discussion between Lakshmi and the Lord. How can you leave your devotee like that? You are the master of the material energy. If you want, you can do something. But Krishna works by each one's choice. If somebody wants to, this thing is not forcing you to love him or anything. It's value-based. It's valuable and therefore you. So because of prodding from Lakshmi, in one of the Utsavas, they come on the palanquin. The deity is taken the palanquin. And the palanquin came in front of, supposed to go in front of this lady's house. And Vishnu Chitta had fought with her and he was sitting in the corridor veranda outside the house. And he was very deeply disturbed. That she had said something and I have invested fully in her now. And the Lord comes in the street, right outside his door. And purposely the Lord stops there in front of Vishnu Chitta so that Vishnu Chitta will notice him and remember things like that, no? Because Lakshmi is told the Lord stops there by his own Leela. Then it seems that the thing will be turned, the deity will be turned like this. And all that happens there so that Vishnu Chitta never looked out of the window. He was very absorbed in what has happened to him. Such a deep illusion he was in. And then the Lord did this for some time and said, standing in front of your door, at least look at me, you're right there. Just 10 feet away and 5 feet away inside your house. Why don't you get up and at least look and say this to me? Couldn't do even that. It was such deep illusion. So the Lord went off. He said, I did everything that you asked me to do. But Lakshmi didn't leave him like that. You can't leave your devotee like that. He's in deep trouble. So you accepted so much service from him and he is a devotee, so you must do something for him. Beyond this, what can I do? What you cannot do? She asked, what you cannot do? You can do anything you want. It's a very interesting conversation actually. I'm cutting it down. So the Lord planted his golden pot in this lady's house. Somehow. and made her a thief. So it so happened that they got hold of Vishnu Chitta and arrested him. Because she is a prostitute. He is the guy who is with her. He must only done it for the sake of something she has told. So they jailed him. Because he is a male member. That time he got separated from her. Because he's jailed. There he started thinking, what happened? I'm landed in jail. What wrong did I do here? I started making garlands for the Lord. I'm in jail. Now he got time to think. That time the Lord started influencing as Paramatma in the heart and from other devotees. Started coming and talking, what happened to you, Vishnu Chitta? Why did you do this? Then he separated from her, no? So he got the influence and association of devotees. He started crying. All you people are so nice to me. You are so merciful to me. And the Lord is so kind to me. He's put me in your association. Out of the association of that illusion that I was in. What a huge mistake I made. And then he started crying profusely and his love for the Lord again overflowed. How did this happen to me? And then he completely left that lady's company and came back in burning force. He came back. And he first, when he was released, he was released that he is not the thief. They said it must be the prostitute who did it. The conclusion was, Krishna can create any conclusion in people. He saved his devotee from the clutches of that lady, put him under the association of devotees, and whom he begged them and said, it's because of you I got saved, all of you. You are the real agents of the Lord. And he took the dust of their feet and put it on his head. His name is Tondarar Adipodi Alvar. Adipodi means dust. Adipodi means dust from under your feet. Tondarar means devotees. The dust of the devotees' feet, I am a servant of. I lived by that. I got mercy by that. So he's known as Tondarar Adipodi Alvar. Vishnu Chitta. Beautiful story actually. Very highly emotional. He came back. So value, when you adopt this value of devotion to Krishna and you hold on to it, even if you slip, Krishna will himself put you back. Krishna will put you back. So safe it is. So safe a value. And it is the most foundational value. Bhakti, devotion to the Lord. So that's why Bhakti values should be promoted. It's about love. It's about your deep, innate love for God, which is the foundation of all types of love and affection that we will be sharing temporarily in this world. The foundational value of that love and relationship with God should be encouraged in human society. Bhakti Vinoda Swami Prabhupada has put that in place. Asking you to directly do this. Chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita, and offer your service to Him. That's all you need to do. You know everything. You know the entire Vedic scripture and you're acting according to that. This will create a tremendous wave of other types of values in human society. And Prabhupada has already achieved that wonderfully all over the world. There are so many people who have given up all their bad habits, the worst of habits that they had. They were high-level value habits, and they are aspiring to get devotion to Krishna and chanting the holy name, and reading the Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita and everything, and moving forward. Moving forward. So I think that it's very important for us to note this. There may always be small other problems and everything. We should never pay importance to that much. We should attend to it as much as is required a little bit, but never at the expense of this deep internal spiritual value of love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and developing our bhakti. It's most important. I'll stop here. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment? Any question or comment? Oh, there's something already here. You're also free to, if you have any question or comment. Here's a question. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandvat Pranams. Can we water Tulsi Maharani, circumambulate around and offer our obeisances to her on the days of Dwadashi and every hour? You can do it all the time. There's no date and all for this. Don't become karmic oriented when you do devotion service. Right? Yeah, that's all. Any other question here? I don't know. What is this? Yeah, the rest is just comment. Any other question? From here, anybody? Yeah.
Actually, these values are there with us, but many times we don't take it seriously. How do we bring that value deep into us?
That's why we should keep association. Association makes all the difference. It's very important and very powerful. See, Dashrath Maharaj got the association of Vasishta to reinstate him in value. And you will see Vishnu Chitta, although he just slipped off, the Lord put him in the association of devotees. The association of devotees is powerful value, especially devotees who don't do anything else but this. That is important for us because we get reminded, we get put back in place because we can get totally lost. Maya is very powerful. The wind and the wave of Maya is very, very powerful. You cannot underestimate. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye prapadyante Maya metam taradite. So that one thing we must do carefully. That is consistently, repeatedly, whatever your mind judges or not, you should be the association of devotees, chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna, read the Bhagavad Gita, worship Tulsi, do all these things which are directly devotional services. Once you stop any of these things thinking out of familiarity and out of laziness and out of carelessness, slowly you will go. So these are very valuable. You see, value is not about possessing money, value is not about possessing position, value is not about owning gold and diamonds. Value is possessing the devotional service. That is real value. That we must be convinced about. Very important to be convinced about. That's important for us to know. Not everything valuable is of value in this world. What the world thinks is valuable is not really of value. In fact, what the world thinks is not valuable is actually very of great value. So we should get this thing right. And Sanatana Goswami gave that touchstone to this Brahmana who came because of Lord Shiva telling him go to Sanatana Goswami is something valuable. Two things were valuable to Sanatana Goswami. The way he came and asked him, my daughter is to get married and all that. So that's what's valuable for you. You can take that stuff that is there in the dustbin. You can take it and go. And he took it and go and he got gold and he married everything. But he was a Brahmana, very intelligent. After everything is over, he said, why did he give me this stone? Why did he put it in the waste paper basket? That means it's not very valuable. He is intelligent to understand because he is, educated man. He came back and said, why did you do this to me when this is? That's what you wanted, no? According to you, that's very valuable for you and you wanted that. You didn't ask me for anything else. You left after that, you never came back. So I thought it's been answered and you are satisfied. He said, no, I want to know why you put it there. That was his real question, very interesting story, value. He said, I have something much more valuable than that. He gave him the holy name. Right? So this is not simply a story that we can speak on, lectures. What does it mean to you? It means that you have the holy name with you. Chant. No, this is of great value. And never, if something is valuable with you, how will you lose it? You should never lose it. It's very valuable. So the problem is our perception of what is valuable and what is not. That's where comes the problem. So no, Krishna has come to you. Is it not valuable in the form of the holy name? It is not valuable. This is the problem with us. We are deeply sunk in matter. In spite of that, he is reaching out to you right inside and telling you, I'm giving you this. Yenechi aushadi maya nasi baro lagi harinama mahamantra lahotumi mani. I have brought this gift for you, my dear soul. You have forgotten me, but I am very concerned about you. Accept this gift and please chant, because I want to help you. How more kind and merciful can God be? And how brash, brutish and ill-mannered can you be? These two things you can see. And then we blame God at the end of it. And then we say there's no God. Slap him on the face. We don't have a farm, we don't have this. Okay? Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Good night. Hare Krishna. You're all going to